Hello and welcome back. I am Mondef, of course, and I'm hanging out in the nether. Oh, there's another loser over here. Come here, flying squid. That's lame. Oh, protected by the floating blocks. Come on. Gas in the new snapshot have much better aim. They don't shoot over your head anymore, which makes fighting gas actually a lot more interesting. But I'm not here to talk about gas. I'm here to talk about the nether. You can see we've started half slabbing a whole bunch of the nether. We're right here in the middle of a fortress. We've been slabbing everywhere that mobs can spawn, because we don't want mobs spawning here, except for right inside of that chamber, which we'll go take a look at. Mally built most of this, and then I came and helped half slab and finish it up. But we'll take a look inside. Oh, come on, let me in. There we go. And here we are. This is our wither cage, and it's not very efficient yet because we haven't marked off enough spawn space. And it's just the 3 floors, just a regular killing chamber. This is kind of a temporary fix. We want to build a large wither farm at some point, so these half slabbing will not go to waste when we go to build that larger system. But we do want to get a beacon set up for our base, because we really want haste, the haste fast mining for use at our base while we're building and setting things up. Regen is also nice, but we're going to focus on getting the first beacon as being the haste beacon. So we've got a little tunnel here that will take me back to my base, which I actually haven't shown yet. Everything we've done so far has been at spawn, because we didn't start coming out this way until until the snapshots have started playing. And now that we're on the snapshots, Mally, myself, and Pfhorpalm have all ran off into the wilderness. Maybe more gas tiers? No, he was not sad enough. We have ran away into the wilderness, away from spawn, and we started setting up our base. I didn't really want to show my base because, well, the beginning of base setup is kind of boring. You know, hey look, I set up a wheat farm, I set up a potato farm, right? No, boring stuff, boring stuff. So I took care of all of that without you guys. Oh, we got the basics set up. We have the basic farms, all manual harvest, nothing automatic yet. We'll do all the automatic stuff here on camera. But I've got, wheat and potatoes. You know what? Let me just show it to you. Let me just show it to you. And here we are. We are at my base. Well, what will be my base? At the moment, it's just a little walled-in area. We've kind of fenced in an area to protect us from the evil monsters that come out at night. We have done a bunch of caving, so you can kind of get an idea of our riches. That's what we've got at the moment. Not very many diamonds, but quite a bit of iron, tons of coal, and quite a bit of other things. And then we've got a whole bunch of wood and our basic kind of building blocks. We're building them up. We're still working on collecting some wool, but so I'll take care of these guys quickly. God, you can see a nice little sheep farm. They're a little bit loud, but yeah, yikes, they are very loud. All right, we'll call that good for now. Okay, so we got pumpkins, we've got sugar cane, we've got everything that you would need. We've even got a couple of villagers that we've healed from villager zombies that we found. This is a librarian. He's got a nice trade. He sells infinity books. Nice. And he also sells thorns books, which are not as good, but infinity books, it's awesome. The farmer's kind of not great. So, yeah. But that will sit there for a while. And we got horses, and This one's mine, the little one with the gold armor. Just put some basic gold armor on him. He can almost jump over 4 blocks. It's about 3.5 that he can jump over pretty easily. It's a pretty good jumper. So I like him quite a bit. I named him Treetop because he can jump across. I was jumping across the trees to get him home. So I was like, you know what? His name is Treetop. So his name is Treetop. So yeah, this is where we are going to be living. You can see we've got a giant circle marked out. I don't want to give away the build quite yet, but we've got a giant circle marked. So we definitely will be building a circle project. Working with circles in Minecraft is always kind of fun because you end up with kind of some challenges, since building in squares and things like that is so easy. Oh no. No, we gotta get out of here. Let's go. We've also got another section of it marked out over here. You can see another wreck. So here's another circle. Again, I'm not going to give away the project quite yet, but we've got most of a circle. Oh no, the whole circle is just connects down there. Kind of bad marking. That's my fault. I marked that one. But today, I don't want to work on the base. We'll be probably work on the base and get quite a bit of the setup for it done next time. But this time, I want to go back to spawn because I don't like the situation that I left the post office in. So we're going to head back. I'm going to collect a whole bunch of the resources that we have here, probably steal a whole bunch of this wood here, and head back to spawn to start work on the library. The library, I keep doing that. Post office. Yes. I'll see you over there. What? No, I'm just kidding. I saw this. You can see all the paintings all over my house. The ugly default Minecraft paintings. They're so bad. Like, why? Kung Fu on the Plains? I don't understand why this exists. Anyway, here's the sign. I heard you did not like these paintings, which I do not. I think they're ugly. Go away. Hope I can change your mind with these. Slush. Or it's an apostrophe. There you go. Yeah. Well, you can't. You can't. In fact, Slush, if this is a prank, which I don't even know if this counts as a prank. I mean, you just put paintings on the wall. You just made my house ugly. I guess it's a prank. I mean, you made my house ugly. And I do have to run around and knock all these paintings off the wall. But while I do this, I want to share a little story. Here's a little story. One time, I was holding a mechanical pencil. And Melly, who's my wife, right? She's sitting next to me. And, I put the lead away and I jokingly kind of poke her very lightly with the pencil. Don't leave a mark. No big deal. Didn't draw blood. Nothing. Just a gentle little joking poke. What does she do? Well, Mally, she's like, oh, no, you didn't. And she grabs, not a pencil, not a marker, or, well, kind of a marker, not just a pen. She grabs a Sharpie, a permanent marker, a permanent black Sharpie, right? And she opens the lid, and I'm like, whoa, right? And she's like, yeah, well, you poked me with the pencil. And she draws a big, fat, black line down my arm. Well, Sharpie doesn't come off so easy, so I had this black mark on my arm for, I don't know, a week almost? And so, it became this joke that, when Melly doesn't escalate, she pulls out the Sharpie. And I think Slush might need a little lesson in how pranking works. And what is a funny prank? Lol S. Get rid of that too. Yeah. I'm sure that's from Slush since it had the S on it. Just a little lesson. We might need to pull out the Sharpie. Teach him how these things work. Because apparently, he's not very good at it. He needs a little lesson. Alright, I think I got it all. I think I got all the paintings. I'm going to be finding them probably for a little while on the outside. But yeah, I have. Here's a little junk chest. I have started working on a new set of painting textures for. I'm going to use them here on Vanilla Woods server. I think so far they're pretty cool, but they're not ready. They're not ready for me to show off. I need a few materials for the post office. That's why I came up here. We'll take those two. Yeah, we'll call that good. I don't think I need any dirt. Grabbed a whole bunch of wood, but this is a different color, so we'll take these down. Yeah, we're going to want those chests. They're already crafted. Let's go ahead and take those. Yeah, I think we're good. So yeah, we're gonna have to bring slush. I already have an idea, and so it should work out. Oh, that's new. That scared me. That's new. I think that's pretty cool. I guess that's on Antvin's platform, so it must be his. He also let a little bit of water flow down off of the side of his platform, which is kind of his prerogative, but messed up the park, so the park's gonna need some retouching. Cause like look at this, like the water's like on top of the tree. So we're gonna have to work on the park. But today is the post office. So yeah, we need also come over here. Gonna grab from our building chest. We need the sandstone. Okay, I don't think we need this much cobble on us. We definitely don't need these yet. All right, let's get inside. So I'm going to build this in phases, but I want it to be operational as quickly as possible. So I've dug out the inside of this area. I think this is about the size that I'm going to need. But we're going to do two projects. So I'm going to put one on this wall, and I'm going to put the other on this wall. But I need to make sure it's going to fit. So give me 1 second to make sure and choose which direction we want to go, whether I want to do this wall and the floor today or that wall and the floor. So I'll be right back. Okay, I have a part of this project is going to take up quite a little chunk of space. It's not the part we're going to build today, but I needed to make sure that I had room for this because I wasn't sure that it was going to have room on both sides. And it's a good thing that I did because up here on the top this mountainside curves back. Let's actually go out there and look at it here. This mountain kind of gives way, and there's not quite enough room going that direction for the machine that needs to go in this area. So this does fit. When you get back here, it gets a little close to the chicken cooker. So I dug out a little bit, and we're just above it by 2 floors, which should give us plenty of space, plenty of lee room. He can build a ceiling if he wants to for the mechanical room, and I can build a floor if I want to for this mechanical room, or we can just leave it natural, or we can communicate on it. Chicken cooker works great, by the way. I've got 63 pieces here. There are tons of stacks left in there. It may need some tweaks, but I'll leave those kind of up to Cabby unless he wants my help on them. But I want to put up a basic facade here. This will just kind of wall this in for the time being, and we'll come back and build this machine at a later date. I'd build it now, but I just don't quite have enough resources to make it viable at this point. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, be right back. Sorry about that interruption. Mally was bringing me lunch, which was awesome. So, now it's been lunch, and I have to think again about what I'm doing. Walling this section off, that's great. Can recover those. Since the floor is going to be actually here on this level, I don't need those down there, and I don't have tons of sandstone, so I'm gonna keep them around here in my inventory. And then this one we're gonna do. It's a very loud, long sound, isn't it? Gee. Let's see. I want to make sure we have room for a box for everybody. We're just going to do basic PO boxes at this point. And I'm not sure how much space I've got. Let's go ahead and just fill some of the space in here, so it's a little bit easier to get around. There we go. That's a little better. Alright, let's see. So I would sit back, well, if we go there, and then 1, 2 there, maybe. 1, 2. No, not in love with the spacing that we have available to us. Let's see. This would come across there. I don't have enough of these smooth stone ones. Let's see. Are they this one? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Something like that, and then this will come down. So that could go back. That could be changed. That corner could use some work. But then, let's see. We could do a pillar. 1, 2 leaves room for a chest. 1, 2, that leaves room for a chest. Right to there. Something like that. That could work. And then we inlay this for texture. I might actually bring all of these out to here. We'll have to see. So let's go ahead and lay these pillars in. Let's get an idea of really what these are going to look like. That's okay. This is going to need to get changed here. Let's go ahead and knock this back one. Trying to maintain the same feel from the windows, which... Oh, gravel. I hate you. Get out of my life. Get out of my life. There we go. So much better. Okay. No more gravel. Which can be a little bit hard on the interior to maintain the same styles you have on the exterior, because exterior spaces, I don't know, I find them easier. I find it easier to build exteriors than interiors. I don't know. I guess I want the interior to look so much more like we see in the real world, for the real stuff. But there's so many more details on an interior on a real life building than there is on the exterior. So the exteriors are easier to kind of mock up and pretend to make something that looks like something that's real. So yeah, I think that works out. That'll do. That'll do. For now. That'll do for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock out all these back here. We're going to place them with regular old sandstone. This just creates a texture that'll go back behind the chests. Actually, those are unnecessary. How much space does that give us here? Let's see here. This is 6. This is 12. Oh, good. Perfect. There are 12 of us on the server at the moment. I'm not really future-proofing the PO boxes, but I'm not really worried about that since I'm going to be building this system, which will take the place of the PO boxes. Alright, so do that, and then we need 6 trapped chests. Oh, I always forget how to make these hooks. They're iron sticks and what else? I gotta go check. I'm gonna check and get those, but let's talk about the floor here for a second. I'll get the trap chest made. But the floor, I think what I want to use for the floor, we use stone brick on the outside here. So I probably want to find a place to use stone brick on the inside, but I definitely want to use stone slabs. What else can we use? Maybe a type of wood, maybe? Maybe we could use wood. I have a whole bunch of dark oak in here, which could look kind of cool. I like the... Oh, it's not dark oak, it's spruce. Yeah, it's spruce. It's alright, spruce is good too. I like spruce. So maybe we do something like... We go like that. Do a double wide and then spruce wood. Do I have my axe on me? I do. Good. Yeah, maybe we'll just kind of wrap around the outside with this. I don't know, it's a bit... Oh, torch in the way. And it does the illegal half slab. There we go. I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of this, what's happening with this design here. Is it this? Is it the color, the dark wood against... No, it's not. Is it the slabs against that color? Not really. That's not a problem. I don't know. It just, the color scheme doesn't seem to like sit happy with me. It's these two, isn't it? Yeah, it's the gray against this brown. Not so much working out for me. Maybe some of the birch wood would work better. I really do like the birch wood and the sandstone together. So let's try a little bit of this. Let's try a little bit of birch wood here. This might be a bit too light. No, actually, it's kind of nice. It lets the frame of the slabs do its job being a frame. I hate that. It's such an annoying bug. Sorry, you place a slab and then it's like, nope, I'm a bottom slab. Instead of being the top slab you placed, it's like, if I'm placing a slab against that, there's no possible way that I can place a bottom slab. You know, it's like, but it's like, I don't know. I don't even know. I can't even do it. I can't force it to do it. Just like sometimes, it's like, I hate you. And it's like, why do you hate me so much? Slabs, and then, I don't know. They're crazy. Crazy slabs is. I'm not going to have enough birch wood to put a whole floor on here. I could use slabs, but I think that's a little lazy to use slabs when you're using a block that has a full texture on it, or available for it. Let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2, so this will come up to there. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fill the floor in. We're going to probably need to spice it up with some carpets or something, but I'm going to fill the floor in, I'm going to get those trap chests made, and then we can keep working from there. It is amazing what a difference the floor in this room makes to making it look like a building. Make it look like an inside of a building and not just like a hole in the rock. Yeah, it is quite the difference. I want to try this. The outside we have pillars. Oh, ran out of sandstone. I got some more. Here we go. We got some pillars on the outside, so I was wondering if maybe pillars on the inside was a good idea, and that might be. Let's knock a few more of these out. I'm gonna backfill this area because I don't want it to be empty. I'm just gonna go up to maybe one more. Yeah, because if we look at the outside, the smooth sandstone is actually an inset. I'm wondering if maybe we should do that on the inside as well as the outside. Again, to create a coherent look so you don't walk inside and be like, oh, this looks totally different than the outside does. Yeah, I think so. Do I have some sandstone stairs? Let's check the outdoor chest here. No. Okay. That's alright. I got plenty of sandstone right now. I think I have plenty to finish the project. Uh-oh. Out of room. Got way more cobble than I need. Don't need the cobble. Well, I might need the cobble, but to backfill. So I'm thinking we just completely mirror. And this one would be a little... Maybe that's not even a big deal. That doesn't even seem to bother me. Let's put a cap on it here. Put this this runner. And of course it'll need the room will need a ceiling. Yeah, that's probably better. We also need to figure out a lighting situation. This is a bit without the torches on the ground, it's just pitch black in here. Underneath the chest, I did place some glowing pumpkins underneath there. It's just a way to obscure a bit of lighting, which is, I think it works pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and do this to the whole rest of this area, and we'll see what we end up with. Yeah, I think that looks way better here from the inside. That looks so much better. We've got a bit of a funny spot right here, so that'll need, maybe we fill it in with bushes or something, because it's a little different. But the rest of this looks great until we get to here. Little messed up planning perhaps, because that should look like that, and then we should start a new pillar right there, which scoots this whole thing over by a couple. Yeah. So now we ask ourselves if it fits. It also lets us scoot this forward by one though. So let's see here. We need to scoot it over. Let's see, it was there. So we're scooting it over by one block. So we need to go this way 1 block. Get rid of that. We need the smooth sandstone. So this is where the pillar would go. And I see I didn't do the same thing over here. I didn't create the same mistake. So now we end up in a funny place here. Because this is where, like, at the very latest, this is where that pillar should go. Ah, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. You know what? Well, let's... Maybe it's okay. Wait, hang on. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, it's perfect. What was I thinking? I had it set to be 1 too wide before. So this is actually a happy mistake, I guess. Oh, well, we can recover all this sandstone. Yeah, come back to my life. And we can take you back. Goody goody. Okay. Get you. Collect. Okay. Let's see. So right here is where this will sit. Yeah, this will probably end up being a different color anyway. But for the consistency of the design, I think what I want to do is probably just do something like that. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine for now. This'll all be redone anyway. It's a work in progress area. So yeah, that looks pretty good. I like the progress that we've been able to make today. The last thing that I want to do today is actually go through and make a whole bunch of signs and label each one of those chests to be for one of the players on Vanilla Woods. So I'm going to pull up the list, make sure I don't spell anybody's name incorrectly, because that is something I would do, and I'll get their names up on the wall. Alright, so I don't know what list I was working off where I thought there were only 12 of us. There are 15. So I'm glad that there aren't any more, because I would have had to tear out this wall and do it over. So I just added chests up the middle, and now everybody's got a chest, so it should be good to go. I set up a small help desk here, letting the people here know on the server that they can change the name of the sign. Like, if somebody had called me like Mondef LP, I would just take off the LP, because my name is Mondef. If Ghost wants to include 56, because his in-game name is Ghost 56, you can add that. M-Dog's got X's and Q's and F's and things around his name for his in-game name. So if they want to do that, they're welcome to. Alright, check back often to see if you have mail, and then the rest of that's not really important yet. As a basic help desk, that's gonna get torn out, so I'm not that worried about it. We still need to do, still on the to-do list for this place, we need to figure out lighting so that we're not torching the ground. So that needs to get done. We need to get the roof finished. We actually probably need to add a second layer since the roof is really ugly from above. It looks really bad. It looks really flat. So we need to add more dimension to it vertically. We need to add a ceiling to that. Ceiling, lighting, and then we need to make it a little bit easier to get into the post office, because right now everybody's running across this all the time, running back and forth here. But to get up there, you kind of have to, like, you know, finagle your way up and around to get up inside of here. So we need to fix that. So those are the 3 to-dos before we move on to setting up this wall. But next time we will be back in our base, because I do want to start getting things set up over there. Anyway, I'm Mondef. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.